part 2 of my Christmas extravaganza. I am going to be talking about, well, going to Ontario. And man, I tell you, it was a beauty of a time in Ontario, California. And so I woke up yesterday at, 8 a.m., before 8 a.m. And, got to do my reviews, my model reviews, my what I got for Christmas, as well as my Doc Martin Chelsea boots. And I really got to enjoy a dandy of a time. And I had my Christmas breakfast. I had tamales. I had my bean and cheese tamales for breakfast, and a square zero sugar that Jasmine brought. And then after that, I got to play with my models, with my new cars that I got. And y'all, it was a dandy of a time. And so we went to, and after that, I got to get ready. For my trip to Ontario to visit, the Toribio family. And it was by far a dandy of a time, because y'all, the moment I went into the house, the moment we left this house, we headed to Ontario to have a dandy of a time. Now, what I really loved about going to Ontario was that I had a dandy of a time, and when I wore my new Doc Martens yesterday, my new Docs, they were comfy all the way through. They were comfy through and through. And while I was eating my lunch before we left, I got a little present from the Sanchez family. And it was a dandy of a time. And so I really love that time, that present. And then off to Ontario, and we took our puppies, we took the dogs to Ontario, California, and thus having a dandy of a time. We were in Ontario, spending Christmas with Rosa, Andrea, Raulito, Eduardo, Raul Sr., Raul, and all of the family. And it was a dandy of a time, because, man, when I got there, I was waiting and waiting and waiting. I was waiting and waiting. And when I got there, I got to watch a movie, and we got to watch a movie, and it was a dandy, y'all. And and while I was there, I got to say hello to the Toribio family, and they're still part of the Cardenas family. And man, it was a dandy of a Christmas day. But it wasn't stormy. But y'all, I thought it was gonna be stormy, but nope. It was a wonderful time to have fun. And when I was there, I got another present. And it was my DHL truck and this dandy of an ice cream truck. And if y'all have not seen my video, I suggest that you guys please go ahead and watch it. Make sure you guys comment below. Let me know what y'all think about my DHL semi truck and my ice cream truck. And 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 when I was there, I got to have, Martin gave me some money to get myself something. And man, that song was so catchy. And not only that, I got to enjoy a dandy of a time. And Nubia came, Chilo came, Isaac came, Pancho came. You know, the other, the rest of the fulanitos came, and the rest of the family came, and Paola came as well. So it was it was a dandy of a time. We were having a good time together as a family, and I was showing off my my garbage truck that I got for Christmas, and it was a dandy. And the funny thing about Martin, you know, my stepdad's brother, he says that I got so that when I showed him my boots, he was like, "That way you don't see me. That way you don't see me barefoot." And it was funny as fulanos. And y'all, we left. I was gonna go get some dinner, but I realized that there was, you know, obviously it was a holiday, and 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 you know, the fast food restaurant McDonald's was closed, and I'm like, what the fulano? But instead, I had three yummy quesadillas. The saving grace was I had some homemade quesadillas, and yeah, it was it was a dandy, y'all. It was a dandy. And I got to have a good time with family, and we got to have fun. And then, you know, we left Ontario at 7 something. Well, we left Ontario at 6 p.m. and some change. And, we came home, you know, got to take my pills, got to enjoy myself. And yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time, y'all. And so I got to have a good time, and yeah, I really loved it. And so I got to enjoy a dandy of a Christmas. And when we came home, I noticed that Nyla wasn't there, Victor wasn't there, and it was a fun Christmas at that. And I went to sleep. I went to sleep at after I gave my stepdad his Christmas massage, and and then I got to enjoy myself, and you know went to bed, and yeah, it was a good. I might say it was a dandy of a Christmas. So, thank you for everyone. Thank you to everyone for all these presents, and thank you to Glosa for the family. Thank you for the presents, that I got, from garbage trucks to semi truck to new shoes to new socks. It was a peach of a Christmas. I'm not gonna lie, it was a dandy of a Christmas. But what I also loved about this Christmas, it was a time to spend with family. And so, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys comment, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that y'all never miss any of my future content. And, Monday I'm going to be doing next Tuesday I'm going to be doing a special video about how 2025 was. And, I can't believe we're going to be in 2026, y'all. Woohoo! So, happy last Friday of 2025. You know, 5 more days till we officially end 2025. So, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys comment, like, share, and subscribe. Luis el Apóstol Feliz. Woo-hoo! Peace!